My beloved, prayer is not performance, it's posture. You don't need perfect words. You need an open heart. Speak to me like someone you trust. Tell me what you feel, not just what you think. Bring me your joy, your confusion, your dreams, and your weariness. You've tried to be strong in prayer, but I'm not drawn to strength, I'm drawn to surrender. Let me be the place where you release, not only the place where you request. Let prayer become your breath, the atmosphere of your life. To be sent by me, you must now build the spiritual habits that will sustain what I'm doing in you and through you. Identity is not a single awakening. It is something to be guarded, nurtured, and rooted through daily communion with me. What I've rebuilt in your soul must now be maintained, not by effort, but by intimacy. If you try to carry this next season with old patterns, you'll feel drained instead of renewed. So let me show you the way forward, practical, spiritual, and anchored. Begin with presence. Make space for me each morning, not as obligation, but as essential breath. You can no longer afford to live by reaction. You must live by rhythm. Before you engage with the world, engage with me. Sit in stillness even for 10 minutes. Don't start your day with what's urgent, start it with what's eternal. Say my name. Ask me what I'm saying today. Let my voice be the first to set the tone for your thoughts and the warmth of your heart. These small acts of surrender will anchor you more than striving ever could. Throughout the day, let your attitude be shaped by truth, not by reaction. You are not behind. You're no longer proving anything. Let each step, each word, and each choice flow from your secure identity. Walk like someone who's been sent. Speak like someone who's been settled. Resist the urge to over-explain yourself. Stop second-guessing your worth. What I've placed in you is holy. It doesn't need applause, it needs your agreement. Carry yourself with humility, not hesitation. You've confused smallness with meekness, but I'm calling you into boldness. Not loudness, but the quiet boldness that carries peace wherever it goes. Let it be your foundation, not your fallback. Not a rescue line, but your daily bread. You don't need chapters. You need depth. Let one verse speak to your day. Let one story anchor your season. Write it down. Meditate on it. Speak it aloud. My word is alive, but you must invite it to live in you. It will renew your mind so that when lies return, truth rises. Watch what you consume. Not just food, but content, conversations, influence. You can't pray for peace while feeding on noise. You can't walk in clarity while surrounding yourself with confusion. This isn't legalism, it's alignment. Be honest about what's shaping your spirit. What you tolerate will eventually take root. Start journaling again. Not just your thoughts, but what I'm showing you. Write the whispers. Write the confirmations. This will strengthen your memory and build your faith. You'll look back and realize I've always been speaking, even when you didn't feel it. Learn to trust my patterns, not just my promises. Above all, walk in consistent obedience. Don't delay what I've already made clear. The time for hesitation is over. You've asked for direction, and I've answered. Now move. Begin what I've told you to start. Release what I've told you to let go. Speak when I prompt. Step when I lead. You don't need a master plan. You just need to take the next step in faith. and I'll meet you there. This is the structure that will sustain you now. Daily presence, truth-shaped perspective, scripture-fed renewal, and obedience in response. You're not just getting ready for the future, you're living it now. Keep your heart pure. Keep your pace steady. Keep your ears open. I'm still speaking, and everything I say is pulling you deeper into what I've always destined for you. Now, listen, this is no longer just preparation. This is the beginning of a shift. You've waited. You've endured. You've surrendered to the hidden process I crafted for your protection and alignment. And now, just as surely as night surrenders to the dawn, I declare this: the season has changed. The waiting wasn't endless. The delay wasn't punishment. The wilderness wasn't failure. Everything was preparing you for this moment. And what I planted deep in your spirit is stepping into light, not because you forced it, but because I've spoken it into being. You'll feel the shift before you see it. A lightness will come over what once felt heavy. Fear will begin to release its grip. Confusion will start to fade. Questions will quiet. This is not emotion. This is spiritual confirmation. I am bringing clarity where there was fog, direction where there was delay, flow where there was friction. What was withheld will now move, not with chaos, but with rhythm. You are not striving your way in. You are walking into what I appointed long ago. And the doors that open now, they won't make sense to others. They won't match the expectations others had for your life. That's why I kept you hidden. That's why some opportunities didn't last. If I had revealed you too early, you would have built around applause instead of my presence. But now you're ready, because now you're listening to me. And now I can release what I reserved for such a time as this. I'm not here to argue with your brokenness. I'm here to meet you in it and walk you into wholeness. I don't need a debate over what's dysfunctional. I desire to dwell in the freedom that's already been paid for. Where my spirit is fully welcomed, freedom becomes the atmosphere. And that's what I'm creating in you, a new internal environment where peace is your normal, not a rare exception. I want you rooted in calm even when your world is unclear. I want joy to rise not because everything is perfect, but because you know I'm near. Living from fullness begins with this realization. I'm not just present when you feel me, I'm here always. Especially in the stillness where your soul finally slows down enough to sense me. You don't need a platform to encounter glory. You don't need a big breakthrough to know I'm at work. I'm in your ordinary spaces, your commute, your kitchen, your inner thoughts. And I'm calling you to live from that sacred awareness. Stop searching, I'm already with you. I'm not leaving. I've made my home within you, and I'm not moving out. What I've started in you, I will finish. And that next chapter is already underway, not externally, but deep within. You'll begin to notice change, not because you're striving, but because you're more aware. When anxiety rises, my peace will gently interrupt. Your words will slow. Your responses will deepen. You'll forgive more freely. You'll release pain without needing the pain to disappear, because your emotions will no longer be led by memory but by my spirit. You'll wake with clarity, not because the storm ended, but because I've aligned your inner world with truth. That's what real transformation looks like. Not a loud performance, but a steady shift, a life moved by quiet encounters that ripple into everything you do. And as you allow me even deeper, I will awaken what's been dormant. Gifts you doubted, instincts you silenced, discernment you once buried. You'll speak with wisdom you never studied. You'll know things I whispered, not things you earned. These aren't talents, they're proof my spirit is alive in you. This isn't about trying harder to be spiritual. It's about being filled. When pressure increases, you won't fold, you'll carry. When others look to you, you won't shrink, you'll stand. And when resistance shows up, you'll respond in quiet power, not because you've toughened up, but because you've surrendered deeper. You're not stepping into a platform, you're stepping into a flow, a rhythm of communion that reshapes how you live, love, lead, and speak. Let me all the way into your plans, relationships, dreams, fears. Let me filter everything. You'll become more efficient, more creative, more joyful, not because life gets easier, but because you'll finally be moving with me, not around me. This is life with my spirit. It's not flawless. It's surrendered, and it changes everything. You've been overlooked, but you've always been my dwelling place. And now that you know that, let me live through you completely, freely, fully. The outer shift you see is only the beginning. The true transformation is the one I'm working inside. So now rest, not by quitting, but by standing in the truth you've longed to believe. You are seen, you are chosen, and you are exactly where I need you to be. I'm walking as one who is remembered, not waiting to be chosen, but already released. And now, watch how the atmosphere begins to respond. The words you speak will unlock doors. The declarations you make will silence doubt. Guard your time with me. You don't need more hours, you need more awareness. Let me return to the center, not be squeezed into the margins. Begin with me. End with me. Check in with me before decisions. Invite me into the small things. This is how you become led, not just inspired. You don't need to guess what's next. You need to listen. I'm speaking not only through signs, but through stillness. Clarity doesn't come from more effort. It comes from deeper rest. Make room for stillness. You've learned to survive the noise. Now I'm teaching you to thrive in the quiet. It's in that silence that my whisper becomes thunder. Don't run from the still places. Stay. Let your soul unlearn the lie that movement equals progress. Some of my greatest revelations don't come when you're moving, they come when you're still. And when I speak move, you don't need every detail to obey. Faith doesn't demand clarity, it responds to my voice. When I highlight someone to encourage, act. When I place a burden on your heart, write it down and move. Obedience aligns you. Alignment builds momentum. You don't need to feel brave, just say yes. Courage will meet you in motion. Keep your heart soft. Growth invites exposure. Blessing comes with responsibility. Favor attracts attention. But nothing matters more than staying tender in my presence. Stay low. Stay teachable. Remember, it's all grace. The strength you carry is not your own, but mine flowing through you. Write. Record what I'm doing. Capture the confirmations. Journal the mysteries that don't yet make sense. They aren't just memories, they're your legacy. You'll return to these words and say, that's when it shifted. That's how I knew. Others will read what you write and find their courage. Your obedience to document the journey will spark faith in lives you may never meet. This is how you walk forward now, not wondering if it's real, but convinced that it is. I've released something over your life that cannot be undone. Your task now is to live like it. Think like it. Speak like it. Move like it. Guard it. Carry it. Honor it. This isn't just a promise fulfilled. It's a life rebuilt from the inside out.